for views to the water. Right, that's where I've just been, over there where the rope swings are hanging from that tree on that side. Right. So now it's just a case of walking right along the main path here. Now normally when you get past the dam, the pathway comes treacherous with bloody deep, thick mud and water after rains that we've been getting. And it's claggy as hell, slippy as hell as well. So today's walk will be easy, just walk along nice, wide, dry pathways. There's my ISO. This is what pisses me off. They insist on doggy bags, pick your dog's poo up, but they don't say hang it on friggin' trees, which is an ISO. It's a health hazard. So I wish people would just stop being manipulated by the government with all these campaigns and adverts, and just stop being a sheep. Just think for yourself. If you come across dog poo or something like that, you just put your foot on it and kick it to the side, or get a stick and flick it to the side off the path. That's it. You don't need to tie it in black plastic bags and tie it in a knot and hang it off trees, which is, I've never known out like it. I wish people would stop being like sheep and stop doing what they're told to do, and just, or guided to do, because the government wants you to do it. Well, not government, they're just puppets that's put into place. Like friggin' David Cameron, Keir Starmer's, all those wankers that's put into office. Like Theresa May, she was put in, you know, all them are just part of the globalist elite that they're chosen for, to do the dirty work for the elites and make these laws and pass them. Not for we the people, for them. But hopefully, with what's happening right now with in the world, all these leaders and politicians are going to get taken away to Gitmo and sentenced to well, the crimes against humanity, and if it's treason, they get hung. So governments all over around the world will be dropping down by 90% in size. So we'll have a lot less of these wankers in office to put up with. I mean, you've got these ridiculous people like Starmer, who was caught snorting cocaine on the table when he was with Macron and the German Chancellor. He's having sex with boys, like young Ukrainian lads. So they're not the upstanding characters that you expect from leaders. But like I say, they've got to do as they're told, because the globalist elites have got footage of them having sex with kids or something like that. Or pedophilia. So they're blackmailed into doing the elites' bidding. So we've got no politicians that work for us, and I don't care what you say, if it's red or blue, like Conservative or Labour, they all work for the same people. So if you think for 1 minute, whoever you vote for to get in, you're not getting your wishes, they just put who they want in, like Keir Starmer and David Cameron, Theresa May, Margaret Thatcher, all plants by the globalist elites. And she was put in, they called her the Iron Lady. So she shut down all the coal mines, shut down all the shipbuilding industry. That was all for the globalists. But people still think when they go to the polling stations and put an X in the box, they are getting who they would like to see in office to represent them. Well, you don't, you never will. It's always been, especially in the UK, it's always been a two-horse race, red or blue, which is either Conservative or Labour government, and they're all tosspots and they all work for the same people, and they're all manipulated and told what to do. So you'll never ever ever see change until the system changes, And that's what's going on in the world right now through Trump and the White Hats. Here's a canny place to go and do and put your dinghy in, your blow up kayak, or these must be water filtration, manhole cover type things. Yeah, son, get a stick here. What's this? Get a stick here. Here. Get a stick, son. No, he's not interested. Some water drainage, which obviously feeds from that water box there. This is the old water system buried under here. You can see the 20-inch pipe, ceramic pipe underneath. Right, so this is ideal. We've come away from Kielder Forest and are now following the River BLYTH at BEDLINGTON. So how I've got here, people, I've came along past the metro centre, took junction 8080 off, and I've come up to the roundabout, took a left onto the 1068 and followed the A192 right along. Then I've headed over right on the A192 going towards the A19 and the tunnel. Then I took a left and come down by East Hartford and then dropped down again, just open back to where you pass the car park. But to get down to where I'm parked the car there, you come down a little skinny lane called Church Lane, and that's what brings you back down to where I parked the car there now. And because it's so skinny, there's a certain section where there's two houses on the corner. It's so skinny, if something's coming down and you're going up, there's no place to get past. So somebody has to either reverse up, or the person coming up the bank has to take their brakes off and just reverse back, let the car run down until you can get to a passing place at the house gates, because that's the only place that you can get room to get past. That's the only drawback about coming down to Church Lane car park there. Now when you're coming down the bank, down Church Lane, which is up there, you come across like turnstiles and gateways and pathways leading off, and I think that's where they bring you down here for shortcuts. Instead of going all the way to the car park, you can just cut through the trees, drop down here, and then you're right on the river already. And there's a canny little place you can get down easy. Yeah, so we're getting back to these batteries. Last time out, because it was red hot in Kielder Forest, when your battery stops recording, it's red hot inside the camera, so it expands, and when you go to pull it out, it's like nipping the sides of the chamber where you put the battery in. So you've either got to wait until, or just blow on it all the time, try and get it cool, so it takes off the expanse, and then you might be able to pull it out a little bit easier. But especially if you're in a car full of glass windscreens, it gets red hot. Like my camera doing a time lapse there now, my spare GoPro 12 I've got, that'll be getting hot behind the glass, and if the sun comes up, it'll be worse again. So that's why I've left both windows open a little bit, like I say, to get a bit of airflow through the top of the car. Now this kind of walk reminds me of going to Allen Banks and Stoward Gorge walk as you go along the A69 and park up at the main official Allen Banks car park, and then just walk along the river just like this. So bench seat there for if you're knackered, you need a little sit down, take a rest if your legs are aching. Now this is the same kind of walk that you do when you go to, the name keeps going out of my bloody mind, Plessy Woods. So if I walk right to the far end of this pathway, you come to an embankment where you go up, and then you come to the main road, you cross over, then you go round to the right and up the hill, and it takes you to the entrance to Plessy Woods. But if you're like me and you wanted a nice, long, quiet, peaceful walk with the dog of his leader, give me his exercise, this is the kind of place I would come. Good boy, son, good boy. So this is a good river to actually bring your dinghy and your blow up, and you can go all the way down the river until you get to those stepping stones. There's no whitewater rapids. There is further up where the dam is, but if you put the boat in this side of the dam, you can go all the way back along the river, back to the stepping stones where I've just come away from, where the car's parked. And there's no drops, there's no whitewater rapids. And the river's deep enough, even though we haven't had rain. You can still manoeuvre the boat through it, as long as you stay in the middle. Because there is, you can see boulders on the bottom down there, look, but you just avoid them. As you can see, there's loads of pathways where people have been scrambling down through the trees. That's for the youth though, not me. Right, I'm going to have another rant about eBay. I had to phone eBay yesterday about a problem that I was having with a seller, and it was to do with what I mentioned before. I had ordered 2 front seat covers for my car, and I had ordered the colour grey camo, which is like white, silver, slight grey with black handprint, what looks like hands printed throughout. And I received my parcel through the door, and when I opened them up, they weren't the right colour. They were dark, really dark. They were like a brown bronze. They were nowhere silver, white and black where I ordered. So I complained, and I opened up a case, not received items, because when you go to the drop down box, it doesn't give you the right thing, what you want to do, and that's what happens when you talk to AI and not a human on the phone. So this is my biggest problem that I've got with eBay. It's all AI now, and the choices of what you want to open a case for is just lacking. So because of that, what's happened is they've sent us back a message saying, we've looked into this and we've decided that you are not due a refund, because the seller has proved that they sent out the items and they were delivered to your door on such and such, such and such. And I thought, oh Christ, man, if it was a human, they would look into your messages that are sent backwards and forwards to the seller. And I actually took photographs of the brown and bronze front seat covers that I got through the door, and a comparison with the advert on eBay where I've seen the grey camos, which clearly shows you the difference in the colour. And because I've took the photographs of them, which proves that I've got them through the door. But no, AI takes over, and there's not a human looks at it, so that's where the mistake. So they've come back and says, we can't give you a refund because the seller has proved that you have had them delivered to your door. Oh, waste of time. It is. It's so frustrating. And the other thing is, once I get another one, I ordered a computer PC case from the seller, and he was in no hurry to post the item. It was getting on 3 days, and it's still coming up as awaiting dispatch on eBay. So I wrote to him. I says, can you please tell me or confirm when you're going to post this PC case off to me? And that was after I asked him, was there any dents in the case, or was there any like deep scratches? Was it in good cosmetic order? And he said yes. And when I pulled him about not sending the item out, he just says, oh, like really lapse and laid back. Oh, don't worry. These things happen. So when I was on the phone complaining about what had just happened to us as well with the covers, I told the woman that was having a problem with this other seller, not in any hurry to post them off. And I thought, I'm just wondering if he actually hasn't got the item to post out. And no sooner had spoke to her, goes on the computer, opens up my eBay, and voila, we have closed this case, blah, 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 and your money has been refunded. But that doesn't, people think because they're sending out a return label for you, that cures the problem, but it doesn't. I've now got to start looking around for a case exactly the same as the one I wanted and get it at a cheaper price. So even if I get my money back after 3 to 5 working days, I've got to start all over again looking for another one. And hopefully when I pay the next person, I actually get it sent out. So they don't get it through their thick brains at eBay that, like I say, just because you've got eBay guaranteed money back, it doesn't solve the problem. So this has just happened to us again. This guy says, oh, don't worry, I'll send it out, blah, 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 blah. And then I haven't got it. And like I say, when you pay out, they get their money instantly. As soon as you say pay now, bump, electronically money goes through. But when you want your money back from eBay, 3 to 5 working days to get back your card that you paid with. So society is against as usual. Money corruption with the banks and cards. But it's happening to us too many times, because other items that I've had problems with is sellers known to eBay sell fake micro SD cards and SD card readers. And this one particular guy that I had a problem with, and I got my money back after I had to pay to send it back to him £2.80, because it's only a little micro SD card. So I put it in an envelope and sent it back. But that's another annoying thing. They want you to print off their return label, and I haven't got a working printer, and I'm not going to pay £25 for 5 ink cartridges just to print off one friggin' label. So that's the other problem. But what they expect you to do is get your mobile phone, take a picture of the barcode that I send you, then you've got to go to the post office. This is all very inconvenient for me because I'm disabled, and I can't operate my phone properly to take pictures for to walk down to the post office, which I shouldn't have to, because it's not my fault. It's the sellers on eBay's fault. But I'm getting punished for it. Pisses me off. It's enough to put me off like shopping on eBay. I mean, the reason why I shop online is because I'm disabled, so it makes it easier to